Our next speaker is one of the passionate and visionary industry leader, Mr. Suresh Chitturi. He has completed his bachelor's in computer science from Bangalore and later completed his master's in business administration from Emory University, USA. He has also completed the President's Program in Leadership from Harvard Business School, USA. After assuming leadership, Mr. Suresh steered his company to achieve sustainably high growth through expansion and diversification. He is currently involved in chicken breeding, chicken and egg processing, feed manufacturing and soya oil extraction. Adopting a farmer's first philosophy, he is passionate about poultry farming and ensure that the poultry farming is healthy and sustainable through adoption of latest technologies, good rearing practices and welfare of the livestock. He has held several key leadership positions in the International Egg Commission UK, serving as Vice Chairman, Chairman and currently as a President. Notably, he is the first Asian in the history of the institution to be elected to these prestigious roles. Mr. Suresh is dedicated to eliminating nutritional deficiencies among women and children in India, promoting poultry as a tool for empowerment and transformation. Through his leadership roles in CII, he has helped Telangana and Andhra Pradesh emerge as leaders in ease of doing business. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Mr. Suresh Chitturi.
In many ways, this is something that very good doctors do today. So that is the biggest insight I got. And that is what every good doctor is actually. He might not understand the terminology, and that is what now I think AI can now bring it, and it will help. So I don't think AI will replace anybody. I don't think that is the game, but people who don't know how to use AI, they will be out. Like I don't think anybody will hire a driver or a maid also if they don't use WhatsApp. Right? Without WhatsApp, किसी को लेके भी कर दे. So the AI will become like that. So it will become an enabler, which will improve everybody's efficiency and will be a great equalizer also, because through AI, everybody now can rise up to a certain level of performance. So as I said, these will be the 5 steps. Behavioral monitoring, analyzing bird movement patterns. Right? At some point, all of them will come together. I don't see all of them coming together at one point. So there are farmers who are getting 150 grams per egg, and there are farmers who are doing 114 grams per egg. So, so that's how do we help that? So that's, I think, and as we all know, feed is our largest cost center. There's no competition with anything else, right? It's almost 70% of our cost. So saving something on feed can contribute tremendously to us. And of course, in necessity to optimize the FCR, and so that goes without saying. So data collection, as I said, automated feeders, environmental sensors and weighing systems. I think some of them are already there, but they have to be now synced and working together. Analyzing contributing factors like birds' age, breed, health status, environmental conditions and feed quality. Predictive modeling for growth, right, and dynamic feed formulation. I think this is what will come down, and this is now imperative. I think it's very close now. I think in the next 3-4 years, I think feed formulations will change every week. I don't think we'll wait for 3-4 times or 5 times in a life cycle. I think this will change. This is something that's going to come, and there are farmers who are doing that. Ashok in Bellary does that every week, and he's saving like crazy, and he's always very good at that. And I think, and this is without AI systems, but in future, AI will make it very easy. Again, precise feed formulation, adjusting nutrient requirements, as I said, bird weight, production percentage, egg size, temperature, humidity. These are at least 5 factors that will include, which will have to be factored in to determine the feed formulation. And feeding automated feeding systems, again delivering precise feed quantities, especially in breeders, this will be very important. And again, real-time consumption monitoring, identifying deviations in consumption. So I don't know how many of you know, water consumption is a leading indicator of what is going to happen. When water consumption goes down, that means there is a problem started. So through these are things that AI will help us monitor. Identifying underperforming birds, flocks, targeting interventions, predicting optimal slaughter weights, determining market weights. So these are things that will definitely come in. Benefits of feed conversion, I don't think I need to say this, but anyway, reduce feed costs, improve profitability, enhancing sustainability, faster growth rates, and better flock uniformity for sure. Again, interconnected data health monitoring and leading feeding strategies, optimizing for both. So one thing I wanted to take this opportunity. We have seen layer farms which are achieving body weight and uniformity in the 12th week are getting at least 30 to 40 eggs more in the lifetime. Right? That's a very low-hanging fruit. And we're also noticing that these birds are getting a lot less impacted by viral diseases than birds which are not having, achieving those two things. So I think that's again, these are insights which everybody will get bespoke to the farm, right? Rather than now, it's not general thing. Every farm will get deep insights into their habits, their this thing. So that's what AI can do. Again, the whole thing is predictive farm management, anticipating and addressing potential issues. Data is the foundation here, robust sensor networks, connectivity, of course, I think today in India we are not too worried about connectivity, there's 5G available everywhere. We don't need 5G speeds, but 5G is there. Data collection systems, data storage and processing. AI platforms and algorithms. Again, so there is something called edge computing. Quite a lot of this will happen at the farm. So I think even those things have really come down cost-wise. Something that used to cost maybe 20-30 lakhs a few years back is today come down to a few thousand rupees. So edge computing is something that's really happening, and that is what needs to happen to analyze a lot of this data. Of course, as my team always in every speech is collaboration and development, partnerships are the most important. We all have to work together in this. This is not like, something somebody can do. I think everybody from the breeders, from the genetics, of course, the veterinarians are the most critical factor in that. And we have to work together to make this work. Significant upfront investment, I think that I expect will keep coming down as we get better. Data privacy, of course, I don't think this is as critical in chickens as in humans. I don't think any chicken will mind uska privacy is there. And the technical expertise and necessary farmer training, of course, that will also come in. Integration with existing systems, which I expect quite a lot of them will change over the next few years. And human element, augmenting human decision making. I think that should be the biggest change, this thing. Again, focus on data interpretation and collaboration with tech. These are the essential skills and knowledge is needed. So this is where I was saying faster identification and management of health issues and transparency and accountability in AI. So this is where the welfare outcomes will improve. Significant improvement in health, performance and sustainability. Integrated technologies leading to efficient, resilient and profits. I think investing in data is there with a lot of us. I mean, in poultry we are quite good at data, but I think now bringing it to a useful form, I think is the critical thing. So with that, I don't know if anybody has any questions, but if nothing, thank you. Thank you for the opportunity. thanks again, Vets in Poultry, and good luck.